Who's in here? I already got messages. Hi, Sky Talker. Mysteries Untold. What up? Sky Talker, good to see you. Fawn. Hello. Adrian or Adriana. I'm not sure if it's Adriana. Hi. Yes, we're going to go to the big beach. But I just wanted to show this over here behind me. All is a big military base in Virginia. So we'll have some helicopters. You might be able to hear the helicopters. And you can kind of see the moon. So we will go check out the beach, walk around. I did bring my own equipment anyway, my ghost investigation equipment. I got the red backpack, but let's just get over to the beach, the big beach, and wait on the beach and see if we can find any weird lights. The past few nights I've seen a weird, I'd probably say drone, had a whole bunch of lights on it, and then the lights just shut off and it disappeared, and I couldn't hear anything. So I know it wasn't a helicopter or one of the planes, but go to the big beach and see if we can capture anything. Thanks for coming in if you're coming to watch. And this whole parking lot is crap, so I can't skateboard on it, but let's turn this camera around. We'll be at the beach in like 1 minute. Somebody forgot their boat and left it on the ground. I think you forgot your trailer and your boat. Oh, hi, Mom. Yeah, somebody decided they didn't want their boat anymore, or it just slid off. Yeah, I'll probably only be live maybe an hour or so. I did not have my phone charged enough, but never know around here. Lots of weird things have happened. So last year, they had all those drone sightings. And there goes some military helicopters. So pretty well, I know exactly what helicopters and planes look like. We're looking for something else. Maybe we'll see something, maybe we won't. It depends. The other night, 2 nights ago, my wife did say she was driving home and saw something like looked like a regular airplane, and then light shut off and turned back on, and it was different flashing lights. And yeah, I've actually caught stuff out in front of my house, and we're right across from Norfolk Military Base, so never know, might get lucky. Not too much cloud cover, there's like no wind, so it's a good night just to go do some sky watching. What's up, everybody? Maybe I'll tell some of the stories of my past UFOs. Hello, horror. Hi, thy foot 20, which, hello, hun. Yes, because it's faster. I don't want to get run over though, so I won't. So, other than just looking for UFOs, if I want, I can set up some of my equipment. This beach is supposedly have... Sorry, just saw something in the sky. Probably just a plane, but it is moving pretty fast. Damn. Yeah, there could be a bunch of people out here. It looks like there's already people over here, but whatever. Let's see if I can get up here and see what that was, if it's still there. Yeah, just a plane. But we'll go see what we can capture. It's a good night, and this area, I've seen a bunch of the drones. I've seen some, what I would call an orb UFO in Yorktown, not far from here. I will tell you all the stories once we get out of here. Clear skies. You used to skateboard? Cool. I still try and skateboard, but yeah, just got dark. So that story of the Shadow Man usually is, he warns people of storms coming on this beach, but we're just gonna walk up the beach some, away from people, maybe. Yeah, good night for it. Let's see if we get any weird lights in the sky. So I didn't bring the dog whistle with me this time for the UA. More than likely we'll see a few planes. We get lucky and see one of the drones. There's a plane. And maybe I'll talk about some of the stuff we did up in the Bridgewater Triangle, me and Spectral Whispers. But that was fun. Pearl French and a rocking chair grave site. Very, very interesting investigation. Dang, this beach is really high up. Let's just hang here for a bit. Might have to take off my socks and shoes. Hi, Spectral Whispers. You used to roller skate when you were little? Yeah, this is the mermaid state. You never know. Ow. Oh, hold on. Let's set this up. You're too old for that shit. So I was talking about Pearl French and me and you doing that investigation in Mayflower Hill Cemetery. That was really fun, Spectral Whispers. I think we got some cool stuff. Spectral Whispers is my sister-in-law. Let me actually fix this. Hold on. Go for a swim, not at night. I don't want to be eaten alive. That's like one of my only real fears. I'm swimming out to the buoy. Sunset? Yeah, definitely. Sharks are out. Shark bait, hoo-ha. Yeah, so over the past few years that I've lived here in Virginia, I've actually had more than one UFO experience here. I've had one in Massachusetts. I've had one in Maine. My first experience up in Maine was insane. I'll tell you that story, and then I'll tell you another thing that happened near here. So, in Maine, I'm about 15, my sister's a little bit older, she's with me, and 3 friends. And we actually walked down to the beach of the Keokuk Lake, it's a campground, and a giant orange ball, maybe 100, 150 feet above the lake, was sitting there, and it was like that big. It looked like the size of a small house. You could see the reflection off the lake. My sister goes, "Holy shit, a UFO." I wave at it because I'm an idiot. Of course I'm gonna wave at the UFO. My friends are all like, "Holy shit." We watch it zoom off into space. We run and go tell all our parents, and our parents are like, "You probably saw a flare, you didn't see that, it's not what you think it was." We knew what we saw. For weeks after, I had dreams of being in the place of the orb, waving down at my sister and my friends on the beach. So that dream reoccurred to me after maybe a year ago now. I was driving through Yorktown. I thought I saw what was a small airplane flying real low over the trees, and I'm on the back roads of Yorktown, and all of a sudden the plane lights turn into a red orb and shoot off at hyperspeed. I started filming immediately after that. I realized I'm at the back end of Yorktown Airport in the middle of nowhere, and my GPS had glitched and drove me 5 minutes out of my way to get there. And I was 3 miles from my destination. I was doing like DoorDash. But after that, I had the reoccurring dream of waving down at my friends on the beach from the spot of the UFO. Another UFO I caught was right at my house here in Virginia, and it looks like maybe a rocket launch, but it wasn't. Because for a minute or two before, I was watching a little white orb, and then all of a sudden it grew a tail and took off and disappeared. I checked the military base for rocket launches. I saw if there was a rocket launch at 9:20, whatever it was at night that night. No, none of them. So some people have seen the SpaceX satellite launches or rocket launches, and you can see them for a long distance, but I checked everything and it wasn't that. So it's a UFO. There's something flying out in front of my house here in Virginia that was unidentified. It moved weird. It was not a helicopter or an airplane. That video's on my Ghost Hunts and More playlist. Yes, we got the baby a new Beetlejuice stuffy. Yeah, I'll go dunk my hat in the water. I'm sweating. So, I am keeping my eyes peeled all around here, so if I see anything, I'll point the camera to it real quick. basically we're just gonna hang out. Oh, and me and Michael there, Mysteries Untold, are gonna do a horror movie chat tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow at 1 for me, so 1 Eastern. Hey, we got a light. We got one. No, just a plane. Yeah. Actually, I can't see that with my own eyes. It's only showing up on the camera. I don't know. Can I zoom more? Yeah, I can't see that light at all with my eyes, but yeah, definitely an airplane. But part of the problem with some of this is they've been cloaking to look like airplanes or drones. So I'm going to keep my camera on it. Wait, is that 3 of them? Or are those stars? Maybe those are stars and that one moving is... Alright, I can kind of see the plane now, but I can't see the other 2 flat. Wait. Interesting. Yeah, I believe that one flashing and moving up is just a plane. And then the other, those 3 dots there must just be stars. I think. But I am looking everywhere else. Huh. The plane has moved past now. Yeah, just an airplane. I believe those are just stars. Well, we're just gonna hope and pray, and I'll zoom out. Hold on. If it lets me. Yes, Spectral will be on Raw Side September 10th at 8. I'll be on there on the 3rd, September 3rd, to talk about some more of the Bridgewater Triangle. We had fun doing the Bridgewater Triangle, me and Spectral Whiskers. I do wish we got to hang out more at the Witch's Tree, but that's okay, lightning storms happen. Let's take out the flashlight. I got some people walking past too, just so you know, if you hear any voices, there's people. Boom! Mega light. I don't know if you could see that. Just have some people right next to me. Let's just take a look. There's nobody down that way. There's another airplane. But never know. You might get lucky tonight. Like I've said, in 2 years I've seen 2 UFO in this area, so. And it's pretty easy to tell when a helicopter or an airplane comes. The ones I'm looking for are a little more odd. Yep, that's a planet. I believe that's Venus. We just had a new moon too, so there's not much of a moon out. It's like a sliver. Kind of just waiting. I might set up some equipment and see if anything happens. Dude, don't do airplanes. You're afraid of heights, Fawn. I've only been on a plane once. Well, twice technically, to Florida and back. And it was horrifying. We had a bunch of turbulence. You're good. Say whatever the fuck you want here. You never cuss. I cuss. Sometimes I'll have beers and cuss and... Any mermaids? We might take a walk down the beach. Yeah, I got that whole peninsula over there I can walk out on. Megalite. My flashlight is awesome. I gotta charge it again, but it's doing pretty good. It's only at like 50%. And I can see a half mile. Hello. So the next time I do a UFO watch, I'll probably do the dog whistle noise again. Which, if you don't know, is certain tones that you play, and it's supposed to bring in the UAP or UFO. Here's a helicopter. Right over our heads. Well, there's our military. Let's take a little walk over down the beach a little bit. Oh man. My tripod is jammed, hold on. Oh, that's going to be a pain in the ass. Got one in the sky. Been next to a kid on a plane a few times. So I'm thinking that's another helicopter, but I don't hear anything. I don't see any flashing. Interesting. Let's zoom in. What are you? I don't see any plane indicator lights on it, so and I would hear a helicopter. What are you? Had a good feeling. Let me zoom out. Hold on. Zoom out. Yeah, what? I don't see any flashing lights on it, so I don't hear anything. Oh, okay, now I see a flashing light. Yeah, just a plane. But that's exactly what we're looking for. You got, see, there's a plane, airplane, and my tripod is jammed. What in the world did I do to my tripod? There we go. Another high up airplane. The lights you're seeing are on the ground. And some stars. So, over the years, having experience seeing UFOs, it can happen whenever, wherever. It's very random. Okay, Noid. Found a pair of snakeskin boots at the bus stop, and now I think I have pink eye. It is beautiful. Good night for it. And I have seen the drones. I've even seen the military drones, so I'm wondering they might take that out and we'll see that. But so far, airplane, few airplanes, a helicopter went past. Actually, 2 helicopters. The other helicopter was blacked out. You couldn't see it. Probably why they call them Black Hawk helicopters. Let's take a bit of a walk. I need my flashlight. There's another plane. Frog. Where'd it go? I saw him hop. Any mermaids? I'm eating bugs. I think I just ate them off. Ah. Alright, let's go over on this peninsula. Peninsula. And I can hear that airplane right there. See if we can, hey, I'll set up some equipment, just see if anything goes off, because there's no wind. Might as well. I don't see the moon anywhere, but it's probably behind the houses. Make sure nobody's over here. People fishing, so I'll stay over here. We'll do it right here. Got a good view of the sky. Yeah, why not? And I'll blind myself. Okay. Let's set up some stuff. I'll keep my eyes peeled. There's one, but that is an airplane. See any turtles? Not yet. I do. I love turtles. I love turtles. That is an airplane. I am pretty sure. Airplanes and such, but let's set up some equipment. It will be fun. I got a music box if you'd like to turn this little handle. My millimeter, let's see. I did change the battery. It's 80 degrees, 0, 0. There's a bell. And a K2. And the REM pod, I left the battery in. Hopefully my battery's not dead. Ugh. Let me set you up so you can actually see this. And we can watch the sky too. Okay, so you can see what I got. I have a millimeter, I can read it. The music box, there's a bell on there, and then the REM pod and the K2. And I do see a plane in the distance in the sky. Nothing else around though. I'm looking behind us and straight up. So you can see what a plane looks like. There goes one. Calling all UFO, calling all UFO. So yeah, next time I think I will try the dog whistle noise again, but I just wanted to come out. I didn't even really think about putting up equipment, but that's fine. We'll try some equipment. What are you guys saying? I still got like 50 something on my phone, so I'm good for a little while. So even though I'm doing sky watching, the beach here has a shadow dude that's supposed to come walk the beach, and usually it's before a storm. It's the Willoughby Spit Ghost. I have thought I've seen somebody standing next to the ocean while I was out here doing an investigation before, and then I got really freaked out and kind of ran away. Well, it only happens once in a while when I run away, but I have seen UFO, I've seen shadow people, I've heard weird screaming in the woods, you know, Bigfoot. I've heard what sounded like a monkey. That was up in the Bridgewater Triangle. I'm just going to see if any of this stuff will go off. Nope, I got maybe what's a satellite. Where are you? Yeah. Definitely not a plane. Just flying straight across. Could just be a plane, but it did just move straight across. And now it's gone. Alright, well, I thought I would be able to keep seeing that if it was just a satellite. I guess not. Was that a UFO? So what do you guys think of the 3-eye Atlas flying towards Earth? It definitely seems weird. Some of the scientists are saying it's got its own light source. It's moving at 133,000 miles a second, so faster than any object that's coming towards Earth. And it's illuminating itself. It doesn't have a comet's tail, so that's really weird. Most comets have a comet tail. Yeah, it could just been a plane and maybe there's clouds over that way and it disappeared behind the clouds, but I just thought it was a satellite going past. Who knows? Might have caught a UFO. When they're that far away, it's hard to tell. Hello, Miss Estrella, little lady. I don't expect any of my equipment to go off, but who knows, maybe it could. It is a haunted beach. A lot of shipwrecks. I was just watching a gold recovery that they did off South Carolina coast, and then they brought all the gold back to Norfolk. That guy actually got screwed though. So he collected all the treasure gold bars from near here, off like 2 or 3 miles off the coast, and then the insurance company sued him until he had lost all the 50 million that he got in gold. Pretty sad story. But some of the most shipwrecks, pirate shipwrecks, are off this coast: Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Millions and millions in gold and silver. I've always loved the mermaid tales from the pirates too, and sea monsters. Yeah, as one of this, I think the guy from Harvard or something was saying that 3-eye Atlas has a nuclear powered and emitting its own light, which is insane. The fact that it's coming to within 5 degrees of our planetary rotation around the sun is also super rare. That never happens. Even that Oumuamua in 2017 that came by, that was like 2 miles long, and they were like, maybe it's a spaceship. That one wasn't on that same trajectory. What's up, man?
Hello. What is that red thing?
REM pod,
What is that?
doing like UFO ghost hunting and shit.
Oh, dude, he was talking about a speaker. I thought it was a fucking drone.
No, I don't have a drone. I do, but I can't freaking fly it. Just looking and watching, because we've seen drones in the area from the military base, and I've seen a big orb UFO, like one of those big red lights, over in Yorktown. So I figured I'd go live on my YouTube and watch the sky. You know, what are you guys doing?
Is
Fishing?
it going to disturb you if I sit down?
No, go ahead. I don't care. You're live. What's your name?
Ah, shit.
I'm Ryan.
Jake.
Nice to meet you.
Ryan.
What are you guys fishing?
We were right now. Neither of us know shit about fishing.
Okay.
We were throwing out in the surf. I talked to a guy over at a bait shop,
Yeah.
tried to figure out what's going on. Yeah, we didn't catch anything. We got a
No-
bunch of bites, but it was all small stuff.
Not a thing.
Nothing that hooked. Nothing that caught a hook.
I've never fished over this side. I've fished on the bay side, and I've caught a puffer fish, and then some of the other guys caught silverfish, but nothing big.
A puffer fish.
Yeah, that was the coolest thing.
No shit.
Yeah.
I've never
You
caught
gotta
a
get the
puffer
real
fish.
small hooks for those, but out here, who knows what you'll catch?
Yeah, I've gone over captain's quarters near us,
Yeah.
and I've gotten like croaker, things like that.
Yeah.
And they're good eating. It's just you need a bunch of them to get
Yeah.
the meat off. I want to do tacos.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to do like fish tacos. So I need like at least 6 or 7 of them.
You're gonna need a good amount. Yeah, they're tiny.
They're like what 7, 8 inches when you're catching them. There's no size limit, luckily, but like
yeah.
you need 7, 8 inches
I don't-
and a few of them to get fucking tacos.
I don't think anybody would care out here. They're not gonna yell at you for taking a bunch of those.
No, it's the exact same thing over here. It's in Norfolk area. Over in Virginia Beach, same thing. You can have 50 of them.
Yeah, I don't really fish much around here, so I don't know what you would get. Have you ever done ghost investigating, UFO watching?
So
I know it sounds crazy, but I do.
a little bit. Now lead into the boring stuff and then get into the more enticing stuff. I've gone to places that are so-called haunted. I used to live in Reno, Nevada,
Okay.
and we have like the Donner Party up there. Have you ever heard of the Donner Party?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I research everything, so anything paranormal, any weird story, even from Bigfoot, UFOs.
I love Bigfoot.
Any ghost stories.
I wish I
Do
could
you
see
know?
Bigfoot.
Do you know about this beach
That's
at
the
all?
thing. No, I do not.
Willoughby Spit. So this is Willoughby Spit. This whole length of beach, all the way to the end.
Give me some
And
juicy ones,
you're,
man.
You're gonna have shipwrecks, and then there's what's called Willoughby Spit Shadow Man. And along this whole beach, it said you could see a shadow man, usually the night before a storm, and he'll come up to people and talk to you. You'll see him standing next to the ocean. They
So
say
I may be the Shadow Man.
yeah, shadow dude. And I've actually seen shadow people a few times. Do you know about Fort Monroe right over there?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen one there. I've got disembodied footsteps there. I got a scream the last time I was there a few days ago, and it might have just been like a fox or something.
So I hate to do this to you, if you don't mind if I interrupt. What is a disembodied footstep to you?
Yeah, so I was sitting from here closer than the ocean. Footsteps just walked up to me, and I was doing a live chat like this. And I turned my light on, nobody around. And then I hear the footsteps turn around and start to walk away, and I couldn't explain it. I got up. I was actually reading out of a book.
Did you catch the footsteps?
Yeah, it's on my channel. I'm SrSpookfest on
Okay,
YouTube.
never mind. That's fucked up. Because I go hunting and all that other shit.
Yeah.
It's like I hear footsteps and random shit all the
Uh,
time, and it's like, okay, I can explain that.
Not an animal. You could actually tell it was like a person, like walking up to me.
Okay, that's insane.
Yeah, it was intense. Probably one of my better captures. I have got a voice out. Do you know Bridgewater Triangle up in Massachusetts? So
No, I'm from the West Coast.
I grew up in Massachusetts, and that whole area has ghost stories. And walking through the woods, got what I thought was a dog bark in the distance, but it actually sounds like a woman say, "Go away," and you can hear it pretty clearly in the camera.
Okay.
But I just kept walking and doing my thing, and then oh, no, that's a plane.
Yeah, you also got my buddy over to the right. So that's not no ghost man, that's my buddy.
No ghosts, just people fishing over there. But yeah, thanks for coming over and talking to me, Jake.
If you do want me to get into my ghost stories,
Go-
I'll start from
Go
like,
for it, because nothing's gonna happen. I already figured nothing was gonna happen.
because I'm the type of person who does not believe in this kind of realm.
I didn't.
But I do have 2 things that I cannot explain. So, being a kid, we always used like, I had a girlfriend that was into this shit.
Yeah.
She used like Ouija boards, and
Yeah.
we went back and forth, and we had this whole thing where she bought a Ouija board, and she was like, all right, I'm only gonna buy a Ouija board if you swear that like it's yours at the end of the night, so that way the spirits don't follow me. And I told her to go fuck herself at the end of the night. It was a dick move. I'll be honest, it was a dick move. But
Ouija boards can be tricky, man. That one a lot of people don't believe in.
what was even worse was like during this whole thing, I'd like go over to her house and like knock on her window while she was ghosting me.
Oh man.
So like
Scare the shit
she
out
was
of her?
ghosting me, but at the same time, to an interpretation, I was ghosting her.
You're scaring
She
her.
was terrified. It was a fucked up thing to do, but it was hilarious. I guess I'll go into the actual details. So, I lived in Reno, Nevada in a semi-rural part. It's not too rural, there are people around, but everybody's pretty self-sufficient.
Yeah.
They know, like, their neighbors to call if anything goes wrong. They have, like, their trusted people. And I guess I'll go with the first one because it's a little bit more outlandish coming from a logical point of view. Just because I still can't explain it. And from my point of view, I'd listen to somebody say this and I'd go, well, that could have been this, that could have been that. Me and my sister were driving around, it was a small lake, so like, I can't describe it right now from where we're at,
Yeah.
but
That's
it was
alright.
a decent sized lake. Let's say a mile all the way around
Yeah.
is what it would be. But it was different shapes, you know, as a lake, it's uniquely shaped. However the fucking hills come down. We're coming around this lake, and they put up sandbags to make sure nobody blocks this lake, yada yada. And this man in a full brown suit stepped out in the road,
Holy shit.
and I was about 17 years old, and I kept driving, and unfortunately, because at that point I had known, like, if you swerve,
Yeah, you're gonna crash.
you're probably gonna wreck. So I was like, well, fuck, we're gonna hit this dude. That sucks, but we're gonna hit him. I hit this guy, and we pulled over, we stopped. But what was weird was when we hit him, we never saw him roll over the hood. We never saw him stop being there, and we also never saw him like come to the cab. Like, it wasn't like some apparition that you saw like go through the cab or like some fucking video trick.
So you did actually, like, you ran through somebody who probably passed away there, and it seemed like a real person, but you actually seen him in a suit. See, I've seen shadow figures.
There are explanations for it that you can decide, that we can all decide, but at the end of the day, what happened was, we thought we hit somebody, and this guy who stepped out clearly in the middle of the road, and where I was at,
I would have crapped my pants.
yeah, it was literally like, there's no way I did not hit this guy. He was in the center of the car when I crossed his path.
Yeah.
I would have hit this guy. There's no loud thud. There's no bang. There's no, like, because I've been in car accidents before.
It's a hitchhiking
Unfortunately, I'm a reckless guy. I like going out, I like going drinking, I like doing dumb shit.
Yep.
I've hit shit in the past, I've hit shit
There's
before.
another plane just to show you guys. I got, yeah, definitely a plane. You just can't see the flashers.
But I like doing dumb shit. So I've hit shit before.
Yeah.
I've been out in the woods, I've been off-roading, I've hit shit,
Yeah,
scraped under the under panel, all
I
that.
love off-roading and stuff. I grew up in Maine and stuff, so Massachusetts, driving on back roads and...
No indication of that at all. There was nothing. It was like we hit this guy and it was
just gone.
nothing.
That's awesome.
So I spun around.
It wouldn't have been awesome if it was a regular guy, but...
As soon as that happened, yeah, exactly. It was like, for where we were, nobody would have been dressed like that. It was fucking weird. So I spun around and I sped back over to where we were. I stopped. I had the high beams on. I was looking around with flashlight. Nobody there. I was like, okay, maybe I'm hallucinating. You know, I've done drugs in the past. I've smoked weed. I've done LSD. And I was asking my sister, who she's the fucking angel of the family, hasn't done anything. She's like, no, I saw him too. That was the most profound thing to me.
When I had my shadow experience with my friends at an old abandoned asylum, and there were 7 of us, and we all saw the shadow kid. And he ran across a field and into a brick wall, into another building across this field. You could see the grass move, but he disappeared into the brick wall. And we all went and looked for him for like 20 minutes. There was nobody around. There was no way in that building. So we left, but that like changed everything. I was only like 16. 17. We went near Halloween, you know, for fun. Weren't expecting to catch stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
to even think of catching that. Like, I was filming the whole time. My camera died like 3 minutes before we saw the Shadow Kid. And
See,
I was like this close to
but
capturing that.
that's the thing to me is because I don't believe in that shit. So I can hear that story and I can be like, oh, he's lying. But like when I
All my
experienced
stories,
that,
people could say, "Oh, he's
it
lying."
was like, okay,
But
that happened.
That's why I do live chats now while I'm doing ghost investigations, so I could say, "Yep, there's something." Because I
What
can't.
is your tag? What is it?
SrSpookfest.
What is it?
SrSpookfest. SR
SrSpookfest.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the biggest thing to me because this was in Reno, Nevada, and it was like, okay, maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not low on sleep. I had a good night of sleep before. We're like an hour past what would have been a fucking like 20-hour sleep cycle, which still is not that crazy, but it's getting up there.
Yeah.
It's getting up there with like, oh, you might have some sort of thing. My sister saw the exact same thing and could describe it to a T.
Yeah. So
It was the
you
same
had a,
hat,
You had
the
a
same
real
suit,
experience,
the
and you're
same
still
tie.
saying. What's weird to me is so many people say that are like, I still don't really believe in spirits or ghosts, but you still have that one
I
time.
need it to happen more frequently.
Yeah,
'Cause
no, you have
what
to
if
have
I was fucked up?
straight in front of you, or how close I was to my first shadow person was not much further than me and you right now, and you're sitting next to me. So, do you know what I mean? How clearly I saw it, and
See,
how
but I'm a fucked up person. So if I saw someone from me to you and I was like, "Hey, are you real? Are you?"
try and
where are
grab.
you?" Yeah, I'll try to grab them. They aren't there. I'll be like, "I'm gonna fuck you." I would say something completely outlandish, and if they didn't react, I'd be like,
When
"Oh
you
God."
When you first walked
Maybe
over,
this
I
isn't-
thought you were gonna say, "Hey, no loitering on the beach" or something. I thought you might be one of the, because the cops do come through here on 4-wheelers and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get kicked out for just sitting here."
No, they won't kick you out.
I got in trouble 2 nights ago. I went to Fort Monroe and went to go redo my investigation, where I got those footsteps walking up to me because
Yeah.
I wanted to try and get it to happen again.
So I've been to Fort Monroe. How could you tell that there are footsteps walking towards you? Was it purely sound?
It was
or
on. Yeah, it was just sound.
Did you
I didn't
actually
see
track them and see them?
I couldn't see footsteps. It just sounded like somebody was walking up to me on a paved, like, sidewalk. You know, the main.
See, I'm the type of guy who would have done that and been like, this
Oh,
fucking dickhead.
I went and looked around. I could see 20 feet out in front of me, and it was only maybe 8-10 feet out in front of me that something.
Which part of Fort Monroe?
So right in front of Quarters 1, where Abraham Lincoln stayed. I was
Okay, I don't know that. I'm not familiar on the history. Can you describe where it was? So like you have Firehouse Coffee.
I got.
You got the first little bit where you drive through.
Have you been on
you go
the
around,
fort?
you got the second little bit that you drive through. You got the third little bit that you drive
gotta
through.
go
And then
in the
some
moat.
some dickhead kid painted a fucking parkour course. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know exactly where you're talking about.
Where in between those were you?
So you go over the East Gate moat.
I don't know what the fuck the East Gate moat is. So East is fucking that way.
No,
Straight
dude.
that way.
There's only
So East Gate moat is probably the one that goes this way or this way. Which one is that?
There's only 2 ways onto the island. It's a
there's
moat
3.
surrounding the whole fort. There's 3, but one of them is shut down.
Okay.
And it's the furthest one near the beach that you go in that entrance across the bridge over the moat. And
Okay, I know what
the
you're talking about.
building's right there.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting underneath the house. I'm under the porch. Ooh, we got heat lightning.
You get that on the bigger jobs.
Yeah, and the first floor is right above my head, like the porch.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and the sidewalk is right out in front of me, out to the street, and I could see out in front of me, maybe 10 feet, and it sounded like shoes or boots on concrete. Walk up, and you can hear it on the video. I have the video on here, but
Can I tell my story and then listen to yours? Listen to it?
Yeah.
Can you overlap them on your YouTube? This is YouTube, right?
Yes. Oh, later, Fawn.
Do you want to hear my second story?
Go for it, dude.
Okay. My second story was most like interesting to me. I lived out in rural Nevada. I lived out in Reno, Nevada, in
Yeah.
the rural section. So it's all sagebrush. We're in a high mountain desert.
Yeah, it's desert.
Sagebrush is like at most
You ever see UFO out
2.5
there?
feet tall.
I would think
No.
you do. No?
No, never.
Not once?
My dad is a train engineer. He drove through the buttfuck of Reno, Nevada, California, all these
For
other
years
places.
and never saw one?
Never saw one.
I've seen 4.
Bullshit.
I
Well,
know.
no, actually not bullshit. Excuse me.
I would
The
hear-
United States Air Force, I believe, has a lot of crazy
They-
shit going on.
They are saying that Tic Tac UFO was actually built by
Martin Lockheed.
yeah,
I've heard
Lockheed
that before
Martin and Raytheon. Those companies have some tech.
too. I would completely believe that.
Yeah, but my first UFO was so big I couldn't deny what it was. It was a giant orange orb over a lake up in Maine.
See,
And
I have
4
a buddy.
people were with me, my sister included, saw this and it shot off into space. And we all watched it. I waved at it because I'm an idiot.
Yeah. That was another thing about this fucking story, is that I had another guy there who does not believe in ghosts.
Right.
And it was like,
So that's good to have skeptical
see,
people
I
have
don't
those kind
think
of
it was a
experience.
ghost. I don't know if it was a ghost or I don't
Were you
think it was.
guys taking anything that was more than, I don't know, psilocybin or
No.
LSD?
No. So
Then
at that point, I was smoking, drinking. I know the difference between when I'm inebriated and not.
Yeah.
I was completely sober that night. My dad maybe had like 2 beers. He was not inebriated, but
Yeah.
he had drank. And our screen door was open, but our front door was our front door was open, our screen door was closed. And it sounded clear as day from that screen door. It sounded like somebody was right there screaming, "Help!
Yeah.
Help me!
Well, disembodied
Somebody
voice.
help me!" And I was probably like 17, 18 at the time. I was still in high school.
So you're like, what the fuck? And
It wasn't more what the fuck, but it was like, oh my god, this person needs help. And
No one around?
there are 2 dangerous animals near us. Coyotes, if you're some like anorexic girl or some shit. And then maybe a black bear, but usually they don't fuck with people.
Right.
Otherwise, it's gonna be another person. And I had my dad right behind me. I knew if I ran out, my dad's following fucking pretty close.
Yeah.
So I ran out the door and immediately turned on my flashlight. I had some I think it was the LG Stylo 2. It was a phone. And nothing. I was like, hey, hello. Anybody? Who the hell's there?
Nothing.
Hello. Nothing.
That's great.
Nothing. And then I just got my driver's license, so I must have been 16, 17, 18. I'd hopped in my car, and I started doing laps around the neighborhood, because we have a pretty small block out there. The only other side of that block is the fucking airport.
So you thought you might see somebody running up the road or something?
Literally anything. If
Yeah.
somebody was in distress, we would have absolutely found them. There would have been no way not to find them. Let's say if your boyfriend, let's say you're a girl. Let's say you're a girl right now, you have no solution. And one day you have some crazy spark to fucking run out your house and scream, help me.
Yeah. So you went and checked and no one was around?
Absolutely, somebody with their lights would have fucking found you. Because if you know your boyfriend, let's say you're being abused at home,
Yeah.
because we're in a rural area, it's not fucking,
So you
it's
thought
not
it was-
uncommon
you
for
thought it was a
somebody to be
person out
fucking.
there, and then when you went, there was just nobody around.
Exactly.
I've
It's
had-
not uncommon where we are, where like there's somebody horrible. Like I've seen it on the news. It wasn't really around us, but let's say
Yeah, you gotta be careful over
it's not
here.
uncommon to be like,
Newport
okay,
News.
there could be a horrible person outside who's fucking locking up their girlfriend and doing this shit.
Yeah.
So if you skirt past and be like, hey, do you need help? They can recognize headlights. They know a fucking 2017 Silverado from a fucking
Yeah. So
2012 fucking Volkswagen Passat.
I've had some weird shit like that. My grandmother passed away, and about a week later, me and my sister are sitting at our house in the living room,
Yeah.
and we hear, "Hey, Nikki, come here." And it was in my grandmother's voice, and my sister went to the stairs and thought it was my mom. My mom wasn't up there. And we both realized right away that it was our grandmother. And me and her had been in the room when she passed away. When she passed away, you could actually visibly see lights flashing, and like she took her last breath, and like mist came out of her mouth. It was really crazy. And even after that, I still was like I needed more proof. And then my grandmother talked to us, and she used to tell us when we were kids, she'd come back and whisper to us and tell us that she's okay. And
Yeah.
we both said, all right, she probably was just trying to get our attention to let us know she's all right. And it was like a week after she died.
See, I never had any experience like that. So when I heard this person fucking screaming for help, I went outside and there's not many places to hide. Like I said, that sagebrush grows like 2 foot tall max.
Yeah.
I fucking ran
You would've
around the entire property,
That's crazy.
ran towards the front and got in my car, did an entire circle around the block. There's nobody there. It was like there was nobody there. It did not make sense.
So if everybody's listening, this is my buddy Jake now. By the way, I'm Ryan again.
Ryan, Jake,
So
nice to meet you.
You gotta look up SrSpookfest on YouTube, and then
SrSpookfest for the
my
theater.
little logo is a little robot. You know Johnny Five. Johnny Five is alive. You're probably too young.
No.
How old are
shit.
you?
My girlfriend's probably wondering where the hell I am.
All
We're
right.
supposed to go inside. Hold on.
I'm gonna be leaving soon anyway, because I only got a little bit battery left on my phone, and I've been doing an hour. But thanks for coming over and chatting, dude.
Yeah, of course, man. Hey, it was very nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Sir,
what up,
Spookfest
West?
today,
SR Spookfest.
SrSpookfest.
Ugh.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, good luck fishing too. Well, that was interesting. Thanks, dude. I still haven't seen anything but planes. I will probably be doing this again. I'll walk all the way back and keep this live. Sorry if I haven't been talking to you. Hi, Pinky. What's up, Sky Talker? Yay. I can send my UFO videos to Ryan. Yes, Sky Talker, please. Wisdom, what up? Yeah, I've been going over an hour. I just was talking to Jake. He's cool. Just told me his ghost stories. He's still skeptical about ghosts, but see, every skeptic has one of those stories. And this is why I do the live chats like this. Sometimes you never know what's going to happen. It has been fun. Dude, great conversation with that guy. Hopefully he does check out my YouTube. We're going to get walking back soon. I got to put this stuff away. I don't think one thing went off. I know the millimeter didn't. K2 didn't even flash. REM pod didn't beep once, which is good. Let's pack this stuff up and we'll start walking back. When he first walked over, I thought it was going to be like, what are you doing? Hold on, let me pack this up. Hey, have a good one. Oh yeah, we got lightning incoming. Oh, this bag is getting heavy. I'm gonna have to get a new bag. Yeah, we got some lightning incoming. I always like to catch some lightning. That's all right, Spectral Whispers. I got in a conversation with this guy, Jake, who told me some ghost stories from when he lived in Reno, Nevada, where he got a disembodied voice outside his house screaming for help. And another one, he said he drove into a guy wearing a brown suit, but then there was nobody around and they drove through I guess, a ghost in a suit. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have. There we go. I need my flashlight. Yeah, another plane. Two planes. But still a fun night. That's what I like about doing this. You never know when you're going to meet someone. Or just get into weird banter with somebody at a haunted or a weird location. You should get your cat costume for, yeah. Yes. I can see the stars pretty good. I feel bad. I wish I had a better camera because it would look a lot better if I had a better camera and you could see the stars. Yeah, your cat would kill you. I had to find my flashlight. I put it away like an idiot. Too much stuff in the bag. So, nothing tonight, but I will be doing this again just to see if we can try that dog whistle dog whistle UFO call. And I was trying to get anything to come in right before Jake came over. Just waiting, really. Never know when it's gonna happen, so. Alright, I'm gonna start walking back. Let me make sure I zip up my bag. Hopefully Jake actually checks out my channel and comes and says hello. Because if he lives around here, I'll go fishing with him. He's a cool guy. Interesting little stories he told. I've never heard of a guy in a suit maybe getting hit by a car. There is the Route 44 hitchhiker, the red-headed hitchhiker up in Bridgewater Triangle, and he'll jump in your car and get a ride with you. You might even just see him on the side of the road. I forgot to tell him that story. Oh good, I'll definitely check it out, Sky Talker. Holy high tide. Usually the water is not this high. All those storms have really pushed the high tide up. And I'm eating bugs again. So me and Spectral did some real fun ones. The Mayflower Hill Cemetery. And the witching tree, I forget the family, but there's graves under this bent over tree, and it was really cool spot, but a lightning storm was happening, so we had to leave. There is lightning behind me, so I am leaving at the right time because there's a storm incoming. Yeah, it's probably 80. I'm sweating. I'm actually, I'm in the water. I shouldn't be in the water, but I want to dunk my hat a bit. Okay. Oh, that's nice. A hat full of water helps. Now I'm glad I walked over there. That was worth it, just talking to somebody else about their experiences. And yet his reaction to some of my experiences is, yeah, bullshit, I would say, but also he knows that stuff can happen that's weird. So, very fun live chat. I'm glad I came out. I would like to catch some lightning, but I don't think we're gonna. It's definitely beer o'clock, so I'm going to have some beer. Yeah, no orbs, none of the weird drones. one of them did look weird for a minute, and then it was just a plane. It was just the angle that we were looking at it. I always look for shark teeth, and that looked like a big one. Damn it. Ugh, condom. Yeah, we don't need that. Okay. Oh, somebody having a little fire on the beach. Yeah, so let me get off this beach. Son of a beach. Yeah, storm is coming. I'm glad I walked away when I did, because it's coming quick. Okay, goodbye, beach. Any shadow people before I leave? UFO? No? Alright. Let's skateboard down there. Oh God. Alright, everybody. I hope you really enjoyed this. That was a very fun investigation. Making new friends, looking for UFOs, talking about the ghost on that beach. How exciting. Very fun. I will be doing this again soon. Next one with the UAP dog whistle sound. It's warm. I'm gonna go have a few drinks and lay down. You guys have a great night. I hope you enjoyed this. I will be back, and actually tomorrow, me and Michael Birkin there, Mysteries Untold, 1 o'clock EST, so Eastern Standard Time. Hey, a Tesla truck just went by. Those things look like dumpsters. We're gonna be talking horror movies. I have a ton of horror movies you guys probably haven't seen that you were gonna want to see if you like really scary movies. Yeah, and thanks for the thumbnail, dude. I will be back soon. I'm gonna get out of here right now just so I can skate home. All right, you guys have a great night. SrSpookfest out.